Okay, good. So we're going to start seated, just any pose that kind of works for you, whether that's kneeling or Sukhasana, put yourself on a cushion or something if you want to. Just to get into the breath for a few moments. So just let the hands rest to the legs, just be comfortable in the body, lifting tall through the spine. Allowing the breath to travel through the nose, through the throat, and into the abdomen. Connecting in with the diaphragm, so the belly expands, the ribs expand, and the back expands. So the diaphragm that wraps around the front of the abdominals and all the way around and attaches onto the spine. So feeling that 360 cylindrical movement with the breath. I don't know if cylindrical is a word, but you get the idea. So even bigger with the breath. Feel the ribs really expand wide as you inhale. Keep the shoulders down so the breath doesn't travel to lift the shoulders, it's all below the shoulders. Each time you exhale, just gently, without force, just bringing the belly button back towards the spine and feeling the lower ribs pulling down. Each time you inhale, it all expands as wide as you can into the ribs. Exhales are drawing belly towards the spine and the lower ribs down and in. Like you're knitting together the muscles of the core. Couple more breaths here. So if you can just bring your chin towards your throat slightly, so you feel the back of your neck lengthen up. The distance between the shoulders and the ridge of the skull lengthens. On your next inhale, reach the hands towards the ceiling, interlace the fingers together at the top, keep the gaze forwards, you can just blink the eyes open if you want to, then press the palms up to the ceiling, so your hands are going to stretch, the arms are as straight as they can be, allow the shoulders to lift up to the ears, take a really big breath in. As you exhale, bring the belly button towards the spine, pull the lower ribs down, and slide the shoulder blades down the back again. Inhale, lift the palms and the shoulders as high as you can. Feel the ribs expand as big as they will go. Exhale, draw belly to spine, the lower ribs pull down and the shoulders soften down. One more. Inhale as big and wide as you can. Exhale, draw in the abdominals, the lower ribs, and soften the shoulders down. Bring the palms then to the back of the skull. The thumbs are tracking down the back of the neck, either side of the spine. Take a big breath in, wide into the ribs. As you exhale, think shoulders coming down, but lift the back of the skull up longer away from the back of the neck. One more big breath in, wide into the ribs. Exhale to lift the back of the head up, slide the shoulder blades down. Bring the hands out in front of the knees and roll yourself over into a child's pose. Have the big toes touching and the knees slightly wider than the body. Press up onto the fingertips of the hands. The palms and the wrists are lifted. Just have a sense of pushing the fingers into the mat so that it presses the sit bones towards the heels slightly. Again, feeling the breath move as wide and as big into the rib cage and the belly as you can. Bring in that ujjayi sound in the breath so it kind of drags through the throat. Keeping the wrists and the elbows lifted, think about the armpits trying to come to the floor, or the outer armpits towards the ground. So you feel that wrapping sensation of the shoulder blades. Flatten the palms and come into an all fours position. So just adjust the knees so that they're underneath the hips. As you inhale, lift the tailbone and the chest up, create a little mini back bend. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, so you push your back towards the ceiling, pressing through the hands and through the feet. Inhale again, coming to the arch of the spine. Exhale, pull the belly button to spine as you push the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale. And keep it going one side to the other. Noticing areas of your back, particularly as you come into the back bend, any areas that kind of tweak or feel like they get compressed. Just observing. You can stretch out that place as you round the spine towards the ceiling. If you kind of need to move into it side to side or a little wriggle around in circles, anything that helps you stretch into that little compressed or tighter area, allow yourself to move how your body kind of needs to. And then straighten out the spine so you're back in that more sort of neutral feeling, just bringing the gaze slightly forwards. As you inhale, send the hips towards the heels, keep the spine feeling straight. So if your hands just wriggle another inch further forwards, see if you can create the sense of almost dragging the mat towards you. As you exhale, bring the body back forwards, push into the hands so you feel the shoulder blades open, and take the weight as far forward as you can without the hips sinking into a back bend. Inhale, bring the hips back towards the heels. Pull into the mat. Exhale, take the weight forwards, travel the shoulders forwards without the hips sinking into back bend. So keep that lower belly lifting in as though the belly button's resisting the back bend. Keep it going, one side to the other. Next time your hips come back towards the heels, allow your right ear to come towards the right shoulder so you feel the stretch through the left side of the neck. Exhale, bring your shoulders forwards in the head center. Take it to the other side, leaning back towards the heels. The left ear comes to the left shoulder. Exhale, rock it forwards. Just one more time either side. Inhale, hips come back. Take the head towards the right shoulder. Exhale, coming forwards. Inhale, leaning back, head towards the left shoulder. Exhale, coming forwards. Tuck the toes underneath, sit back to the heels into a kneeling position. If this is tricky for knees, you can place a cushion on the calves or come into higher kneeling if that's more comfortable. We're just going to open out the shoulders a little. So into bird wing, for those of you that are familiar with that. So palms facing up to the ceiling. Keep the elbows hugging in towards your rib cage. As you inhale, breathe wide into the back. So feel the hands coming towards each other. So the shoulder blades splay open. As you exhale, squeeze the elbows into the ribs, the shoulder blades together, squeezing all those back muscles on, let the hands bring wide. Inhale, allow the hands to come together in front of you so the shoulder blades broaden out. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep the elbows squeezing in towards those lower ribs. Inhale again, breathing wide into the back of the ribs. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, bring the hands back to center. This time, inhale, lift the shoulders up towards your ears. Hold the breath, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then exhale to drag the shoulder blades down. Twice more. So inhale, widen up the back, lift the shoulders. Hold the breath, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then exhale to drag the shoulder blades down. Inhale, breathing wide into upper back, lift the shoulders. Hold in the breath, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to drag the shoulder blades down. Bring the hands out in front of you, release the toes. Come onto your back, working into abdominals. Have a brick handy or something you can resist against. If you don't have a brick, don't worry, I'll prompt you without. So to start with, just bring the knees into the chest, take a little rock side to side. And then keeping the feet floating, the knees stack above the hips. Grab hold of your block if you have it. I'll guide you with block first, and then I'll give you the variation without, so it'll be fairly common sense. Bring the block on the longest edge of your prop against the left thigh. The left forearm against your prop. If you don't have a prop, then just bring the palm to that thigh instead. Just work with that connection, just something to resist against. Lift the right hand to the ceiling. Try to keep the top rim of the sacrum, so that lowest part of your back, into the ground. Reach the right hand to the ceiling. Take a big breath into the belly. Press the hand and the leg towards each other. Exhale to lengthen the right leg away from you. Pulling the lower belly and the lower arms down. Inhale to rebend that knee. Pressing the hand into the leg of that left side. Exhale, reach the free leg forwards. Inhale, one more here. Exhale to reach the free leg away, keeping the lower back and lower belly pulling down. Inhale, rebend the knee. Switch your prop over to the right thigh. So ideally the right forearm against that prop. If you don't have the prop, use the palm. Left hand lifting to ceiling. Take a big breath in. Pressing that right side towards each other. Exhale, lengthen the left leg forwards. Inhale, rebend left knee. Exhale, lengthen it. Keep pushing that right side towards each other. Inhale to bend. Last one. Exhale to lengthen. Inhale to bend. Take the block back to your left thigh or your prop or your palm, but this time it's the right arm against the left side. So we work crossover of the body. Left hand lifting to ceiling. Keep the lower back connected to the floor. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, reach the right foot forwards as you pull the abdominals down towards the spine. Inhale to bend the knee. Exhale, reaching right leg forwards, pulling belly down. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, bend the knee. Last one. Exhale, reaching forwards. Keep pressing that arm into the opposite leg. Inhale to bend the knee. Switch the block or your prop or your palm to the other thigh. So it's opposite hand to thigh. Reach the right hand to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, reach the free leg forwards, pulling lower back and lower belly down. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, reaching forwards, pulling lower belly and lower back down. Inhale to bend. Exhale to lengthen. Inhale, bend the knee, take the block to one side, place the feet to the floor, bring into a bridge pose. So feet hips distance apart. Allow the arms to just relax to the sides of the body with palms facing up to the ceiling. Take a big breath into the belly. As you exhale, draw the belly button down so the tailbone lifts off the mat first. Press into the feet to help your hips roll towards the ceiling. Activating the glutes so you feel the glutes push the front of the hips further up. As you exhale, create more tucking of the tailbone, like pubic bones reaching up to ceiling. Make sure that big toe and the big toe joint stays on the ground. Press into the feet, let the head slide back and some more space open out around the chest. Stay where you are, take a big breath in. As you exhale, slowly rolling the spine down. Keep the tailbone curled up for as long as you can keep it curled up. It is the last point to touch the ground. When you're fully grounded, bring the hands to interlace around the back of the head. Bring both legs up off the floor. They don't have to stay at 90, but keep the knees stacked above the hips so the ankles can kind of flop down a little bit. Lift the head and shoulders up away from the floor, but keep the forearms hugging into the temples, and then guide the elbows, the triceps, and the armpits towards the ceiling. So you're not pulling into the neck, it's the armpits and shoulder blades lifting. Take a big breath in here at center. As you exhale, reach the elbows towards the left thigh. That's all. Inhale, bring the elbows back to center. Exhale, reach the elbows towards your right thigh. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, reach the elbows towards the left thigh, stay where you are. Release just the right hand and bring the back of the right hand to the outer side of that left leg. Press them together so you can deepen into the rotation, pulling the lower belly down. Press that leg and arm together. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to reach your elbows towards your right thigh, holding that. Keep the lower back connected to the floor, release just the left hand, so the back of that left hand connects with the outer side of the right thigh. Press them together as you pull the lower belly down. Inhale, come back to the center. You can do this there with the head and shoulders on the floor to kind of soften it a little bit. As you exhale, bring the, so if you're working with the head floating, use the elbows. If not, just ignore the elbows. Elbows come towards the left thigh. Reach the right foot towards the ceiling. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, elbows to right thigh. Reach the left heel towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Reach the foot slightly forwards than the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, elbows towards the right thigh. Reach the left foot up slightly forwards than directly up. Inhale, come back to center. So imagine you're walking the legs down a ladder in 4 stages. So as you exhale, elbows to the left thigh, reach the right leg slightly forward in front of you, a little bit lower down. Like you're on the 3rd step down. We've already done 2 steps. Keep the lower back pulling to the floor. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, reach that left leg forwards like you're on the 3rd step down on the floor. Bring the elbows across. Inhale, come back to the center. So lower step down now, reach the elbows towards the left thigh, reach that right foot to slow towards the floor. So maybe just 3 or 4 inches off the ground. Keep the lower back connected to the floor. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, reach the left heel forwards, just 3 or 4 inches off the ground, twisting elbows towards the right thigh. Inhale, come back to center, and guess what? We're going to go back up the ladder again. So exhale, elbows to the left thigh, take the right leg and sweep it along the floor. So start on that lowest step. Inhale, elbows to center. Exhale, elbows to right thigh, reach the left leg to the lowest step. Inhale, back to center. Elbows to the left thigh, reach the right foot up to the 2nd step. So maybe a foot or 2 off the floor. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach the elbows to right thigh, left foot reaches to that 2nd step. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, elbows to left thigh, reach the right foot towards the 3rd of your 4 steps. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, elbows to right thigh, reach the left leg to the 3rd of the 4 steps. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, elbows to left thigh, reach the right foot up to that top step towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to the center. Last one. Exhale, elbows to right thigh, reach the left foot up to the ceiling. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, relax the head and jump off your ladder. Feet to the floor, give the knees a little rock from side to side. Coming back into a bridge pose again, but this time I want you to be in a longer bridge stance. So take the feet a little bit further away from your torso, where the feet can still stay on the floor, but you get more feedback from the heels pushing into the ground. Arms are relaxing to the sides of the body. Starting with that big breath into the belly. As you exhale, draw the belly down. If you've still got any strength in it, roll the hips up towards the ceiling. Push into the heels of the feet so you feel the lower part of your glutes activate. So you can use your hands on your, get friendly with your butt a little bit, so the lower part of your bum feels switched on. Push more from that space of the glutes, so the front of the hips press up to the ceiling. Think tucking the tailbone still, so that lower back creates space and length through it. Holding here. Feel the breath move into the belly and the ribs and the back. The back of the neck feeling long and lengthened. pushing into the heels of the feet. Take another really long breath in. As you exhale, slowly roll the spine back to the floor, bone by bone. Keep the belly scooping in so that the tailbone has the control of coming down last. When you're fully rooted to the floor, hug the knees in towards the body, take a gentle rock side to side. Either roll yourself to one side or take a gentle rock and roll through to seated and come over into all fours. Setting up for dolphin, so bring the elbows towards the ground. Just check the hands can grab hold of the triceps or the biceps and spin the hands back out again. Round through your back, so the gaze comes towards the belly and you create that wrapping feeling of the shoulder blades. So push the elbows into the ground, relax the neck into that, so it's the shoulders doing the work, not your neck. Tuck the toes under and take a really big breath in into the back ribs. As you exhale, belly to spine, lift the knees up the floor. The hips reach high into dolphin. Legs don't have to be straight, but think these sit bones are reaching as high to the ceiling as they can reach. Staying here, breathing fully. See where you can feel the lightness or the softness in the body. Or see where you can bring some lightness or softness into it. That might be through the movement of your breath, through the jaw or neck, or noticing how the engagement of the core helps you feel more lifted. Take another big breath in. As you exhale, slowly bring the knees to the ground. Keep the elbows down, just lift the tailbone and the chest up like that little back bend. You're going to come back into the same pose. If your elbows have slipped out, just tuck them back in again. Push into the elbows, round the back, wrap the shoulders. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift the knees up, the hips up. This time, take the feet out about as wide as your mat is. You're in a bit of a wider stance with the legs. Start to straighten them up a little bit if we can. If that starts to round your back and take the stretch or the lengthening away from your spine, then keep a little bend in the knees, but find that kind of compromise that works for you. You're straightening the legs in up. Keep pushing the floor away through those arms, strong through the shoulders, keeping that feeling of wrapping shoulders. So push the elbows into the floor. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slowly bring the knees back to the ground. Come onto the palms of the hands, give the shoulders a bit of a wriggle out if you need to. We're coming into a full downward dog, keeping that feeling of wrapping the shoulder blades. So without the shoulders hunching around your ears, keep the shoulders wrapping around the back of the ribs. Paddling through the feet brings a movement through the body, twisty hips or spinny legs. From here, lift the right leg towards the ceiling, bend the knee and open the hip out towards the side. So feel the heels squeeze towards the left glutes. You either stay here, if you want to, you try dropping into the left forearm. And see if that right knee can lift up a little bit higher. So left forearm is dropped down, the right knee is open. Take a slow, full breath, like it feels easy through the breath. Push back up onto that left palm, straighten the right leg up, and as you exhale, put the big toe and second toe of that right leg onto the Achilles of your left ankle. Use that to guide the left ankle, the left heel towards the floor as you simultaneously lift the tailbone further up to the ceiling. So as long as you can with the back of that left leg. Gently replace that right foot back into your downward dog. And as you inhale, lift the left foot up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee and open the hips. And you can either stay here or drop into that right forearm if you want to. See that left knee can tip up a little bit higher. Relax into the neck and slow down the breath so the breath feels easy through it. Nice, guys, good. Slowly pressing into that right palm, straighten the arms up, straighten that floating leg. And as you exhale, bring the big toe and the second toe to hook into the Achilles of that right heel. Use that to guide the heel closer to the floor, and at the same time, tipping the tailbone further up to the ceiling. Replace that left foot next to the right one. Begin to then walk the feet up towards your hands, coming to a forward fold at the top of the mat. If you want a block or a prop or anything under the hands here, then you can do. Be in a fold just for a few breaths. So keep the feet hips distance, a little bend in the knees, particularly if you're taking care of any lower back stuff. Just taking time just to hang out. So if you want to hang onto your elbows or hold onto the back of the legs or rest the hands to your prop, bring soft movement to it. That helps you loosen up a little. Allow the hands to find the ground or your prop, so fingertips even just resting to the floor. Keep both heels on the floor. Take a deeper bend into your right knee as you try to straighten the left leg. Keeping the heels to the floor. So it's just like you've just dropped your weight into that right side a little. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, switch sides. So bend into the left leg, straighten the right. Keep the weight slightly forwards into the feet without lifting the heels. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch legs again. So bend the right, straighten the left. This time, keep pushing down into the floor with that right hand as your left hand lifts up to the ceiling. If you want to, then wrap the back of the left hand around the lower back. Maybe the fingers find the crease of the hip or your thigh, and encouraging that top shoulder to draw further open. Either lifting the gaze, if that feels good for the neck, or keep the head hanging heavy. You might feel a bit of a neck stretch in there. On your next inhale, if you have the arm wrapped, lift it back up to the ceiling, and exhale, float it back to the floor. Switching sides to bend into the left knee, straighten the right leg. And then option 2, we'll lift the right hand to the ceiling to twist, pressing down into the underneath hand to help you spiral the shoulders. Taking the back of the hand to wrap around, maybe the fingers tuck into the fold of the hip. Using that to encourage the top shoulder further open. Gaze either hanging low or lifting up to the ceiling, you decide. On the inhale, lift the hand back up again, and as you exhale, float it to the floor. Stay where you are in this fold, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, using that strong core that we've switched on, roll yourself up to standing, to belly button pushes you all the way up, bone by bone. Roll the shoulders down your back. Interlace the hands together behind the back of the skull, thumbs tracking down the neck, like we did in kneeling. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, guide the back of the skull up as you soften the shoulders down into the back. Take a big breath in. Exhale again, think scooping the head up as the shoulders sink down. Next inhale, lift the hands towards the ceiling, maybe lifting the gaze, if that's okay with neck. Exhale, finding a forward fold through to the feet. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, soften back into the legs, step the right leg back behind you, place the knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the hands up to the ceiling, holding here. Activate your right glute, so squeezing that right side of your bum so that it pushes the front of the hip further open, sinking the hips forwards towards the front heel. Push into the heel of the front foot as well, so that gives you a little bit of feedback to stay almost upright. So you might not come down so far as maybe some of you would do in a lunge because the glute is feeling active and this front leg is feeling active. But you should be feeling pretty open through the front of that right hip. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step back into plank position. Stay wrapping through the shoulder blades, so push the floor away, so upper back feels pretty domed. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring the knees to the floor and the chest to the ground, half chaturanga, elbows sweeping against the ribs. Sliding forwards and up to a cobra, keep the shoulders coming down the back, keep that bird wing feeling, so shoulder blades are squeezing together. Stay where you are, take another breath in. As you exhale, then pull the belly up so it pushes you through all fours and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg towards the ceiling. As you exhale, step the foot through to between the hands. Stay where you are. Take a breath in. Exhale, step the back foot to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the leg. Step the left leg then back behind you. Place the knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the hands up. We hold here in this low lunge. Squeezing the switch on the left glutes and then press the hips forwards. Push back into this right foot as well, so the heel of the foot is connecting to the ground, so it keeps you kind of upright, so the legs feel active. As open as you can sense through the front of that left hip. Squeezing that left glute. Take another big breath in. Exhale, hands to mat, step back into plank position. Forward through the shoulder blades, take a huge breath in. Exhale, half chaturanga again, so knees to the floor, chest to the ground, elbows tucking in. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, squeezing shoulder blades as the chest lifts. Exhale, belly to the spine, pressing back into a downward dog. Inhale to lift the right leg up. Exhale, step through to between the hands, keep the back knee lifted, stay where you are, take a big breath in. Exhale, then set the back foot to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, squeeze into the legs. Slowly rolling up through the spine, take the hands wide and up to the ceiling as you rise. Exhale to refold through to the feet. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold in, step the right leg back behind you, place the knee down to the floor. Inhale to lift the hands to the ceiling. This time bring the back of your right hand to the outer side of that left thigh, like we did in the core work. Stay where you are, take another big breath in. As you exhale, reach the left hand round behind you into twist. So pressing the right back of hand into that front thigh to help the shoulders spiral. Stay with that switching on of that right glute again, so the spine almost feels straight, or the tailbone almost feels like you're trying to tuck it under. Take another big breath in where you are. And a full breath out, deepen into the twist. Inhale, bring both hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, step back into plank position. Take a big breath in. Exhale, half or full chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or to upward facing dog. Shoulder blades squeezing together either way. Exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Pausing, take a full breath in. As you exhale, try to wrap the shoulders, draw the belly to spine. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, step it through to between the hands. Stay where you are, take a breath in. Exhale, step the back foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, take a halfway lift, reach the chest forwards. Exhale, fold into the leg, step the left leg back behind you, place the knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the hands up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the back of your left hand to the outer side of the right thigh. Straighten the spine, always tuck the tailbone, reach up, take a big breath in. As you exhale, take the right arm round behind you as you roll into that twist. Good. Stay where you are, take another breath in. So left hand to your right thigh. Exhale, squeeze into the twist a bit deeper. Inhale, lift both hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, step back into plank position. Full breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, full deep breaths. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Wrapping the shoulders, stay where you are. Take a big breath in. And a sigh through the mouth. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step that between the hands. Keep the back knee lifted. Stay where you are. Take a big breath in. Exhale, step the back foot up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, reach the breastbone forwards. Exhale, squeeze into your legs. Inhale, rolling all the way up through the spine, take the arms wide and up to the ceiling. Exhale, refold through to the feet. Halfway lift, inhale, breastbone reaches forwards, tailbone reaches up. Exhale, folding in, step the right leg back behind you, place the knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift up through the hands. This time, bring your left forearm to that front thigh, staying where you are. Take a breath in, reach up through the right fingers. As you exhale, turn to this open twist. The right arm reaches back behind you. Again, work the front forearm and the knee to help the shoulders spiral around a little bit further. Maybe feeling a bit of an opening through the front of your inner thigh, that left leg. You can option stay where you are. If you want to bring in the quad stretch, you might have to shift the hips back a little. You can pick up the back knee. If you don't have padding under that knee, just go careful. If your knees are sensitive, maybe just miss this bit out. So grabbing hold of the inside arch of that foot if you have it. So those of you that can go deeper, maybe slide the foot in towards the crease of the elbow. Good. If you have that option, press the foot into your hand or arm wherever you have it. So there's a bit of resistance pressing back. Try to squeeze on the right glute. So again, the right glute is pressing the front of that hip further open. Wow. Slowly, if you have the back foot, take your time to bring it back to the floor and the hands come to the ground. Take a breath in. As you exhale, step into plank position. Staying in plank, take a breath in, shoulder blades are broad. Exhale through your chaturanga, elbows tuck in. Inhale, lift the chest up, cobra or up dog, chest is open. Exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Take a full breath in. Exhale, wrap the shoulder blades. Relax the neck. Inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Lift the left leg up towards the ceiling, taking a big breath in. Exhale, step through to between the hands, placing the foot to the floor. Good. This time, keep the body low, so the ribs are just sweeping on top of this front thigh, but bring the right hand to reach forward, so the biceps by the ear, and if we can, bring the left hand up as well. Options to keep that left hand down to the floor if we need it. Really pulling belly to spine and push back into that back heel, so your back leg feels active, pushing through the heel of your front foot, so you're just feeling this left glute, left hamstring. Take a big breath in. On one exhale, step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the leg. Step the left leg back behind you, place the knee down to the floor. Lift the arms to the ceiling, take a big breath in. Bring the right forearm to the front thigh. Inhale, reach higher through the left hand. Exhale, turn the shoulders around to the left. You can stay here. If you wish to, pick up the back foot into the hand, so grab hold of the big toe arch of the foot, and then sinking the hips further down. Good, nice. Don't give yourself cramp. It's feeling like it doesn't want to go tonight, then it doesn't want to go. For those of you that can up level into it, then bring the foot to slide towards the fold of the elbow. Create a little bit of resistance, the foot pushing back into the arm pushing back into the foot. Squeezing the hips towards the front heel. Breathing. Lovely. Slowly, take your time to release that leg down. Careful going over that knee. Hands to the floor, take a breath in. Exhale, steps you into plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. If you wish to, take a bend at the knees so the tailbone reaches higher. Any kind of variations of your leg placements. 2 more full breaths. Last full breath. Inhale, lift the right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step through to between the hands. So keep the right hand down, reach the left hand forwards in front of you, bicep to ear. If you wish to, then take the right hand forwards as well. Deepen into the breath. Pull the belly to spine. May when lower the ribs down towards your thigh a bit further. Come lower. Yeah. Inhale. On one exhale, hands to full step up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly rolling up to standing. Take a breath in as your arms come wide enough overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center and rest to the sides of the body. Let everything just have a moment to rest and resettle, breathe. Just a tip for somebody stepping the back foot forwards, if your foot's kind of getting stuck a little bit under the chest, make sure your shoulders are coming forwards with you. If you try to step the foot through and the shoulders stay where they are, you block it. As your foot comes through, you have to bring the shoulders forwards as well, so the foot has room to come forwards. Make sense? So as we just do this next round, just think about that as we sweep the leg through. Think shoulders have to travel with your leg. Coming to standing, top of the mat. This would be more of a standing flow. Inhale, take the arms wide and up. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back to your plank position. Holding plank, wrap the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, either knees and chest or full. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, come back into downward dog. So lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, step the foot through to between the hands. Turn the back foot to a diagonal line. We're coming into warrior one, so hips and shoulders stay facing the front of your mat. Try to find that opening of the left hip flexor again, like we did in the lunge. So think tailbone dropping towards the floor. Activate the left glute a little and sink the hips forwards. Think pushing the back of that left leg away from you. Pressing the feet apart from each other, so that feeling of trying to rip the mat in the middle, keeping the tailbone down, and just check the ribs haven't flared open. So I think as you exhale, that integrity of the core with the breath that we started the practice with. Straighten up the front leg, take a big breath in. As you exhale, just bring your right arm down to the side of the body. So left arm stays reaching up. Take a huge breath in. As you exhale, hinging forwards, keep the arms exactly where they are, just tipping the body out forwards. Your flat back. So as soon as you feel your back wanting to round, lift up out of it. Some of you will be just a few degrees forwards, some of you will be parallel to the floor. Work, stop wherever feels enough for your body. Pull up the quads of that front leg so that feels really active. On your inhale, lifting all the way back up again, strong spine. Turn the hips and the shoulders into your warrior two stance. So just rotating that back foot open, heel of the front foot in line with the arch of the back foot. Straighten up front leg again, take a big breath in. Exhale, reaching forward and hinging to Trikonasana. Resting the underneath the hand to the shin lightly. So we still have this activation of the core as though the core is trying to lift you upright. From here, we bring in a neck release to Trikonasana. So take the top hand, so the back of the hand is going to wrap around your lower back, maybe finding any clothing or the thigh of your right leg to encourage that top shoulder to roll further back. Allow the head to hang down towards that right shoulder so you feel the stretch around the left side of your neck. Notice if you just relaxed your neck and you wobbled off balance, how much balance you're taking the tension through your neck with, if that makes sense. Your neck too much to balance. Focus it coming from the core. Press the feet away from each other. Lift that left arm back up to the ceiling and use it to help you come back up into warrior two. So bend the front knee and sit yourself upright. Straighten the front leg again. Taking a reverse trikonasana. So left hand to back thigh, right arm lifting to ceiling and hinging backwards, but keeping the legs straight. Check in that there's no feeling of back bending. So keep the tailbone drawing down and that lower belly, those lower abdominals that you switch down and pulling in. And then bend into that right knee again. So you have warrior two legs, keep tipping it back like a reverse warrior. Inhale, bring the arms back through warrior two. From here, we're coming into half moon. So if you want to grab a block, so I should have set you up with that to start with, have it at the front of the mat. Taking the right fingers forwards of your front foot, big lunge of weight into that front leg to float the back foot off the floor. Flex the heel of the floating foot. If your supporting toes want to turn in towards the left of your mat slightly, then let them. I'd rather your toes turn than your knee get twisted. Either holding here where you are, keeping those hips stacking, so belly and chest trying to rotate slightly towards the ceiling. If you want to, then grab hold of the back ankle. So you find the bind here. A little trick to bring the knee towards your chest first and then reopen to help you grab hold of it. And if you have it, then press the foot into the hand so you feel the shoulder open, the front of that hip open. Think using the glutes to maybe create more opening through the hip. Slowly reverse the way you came, so come back through your half moon. And as you exhale, square the hips to the mat, step into your forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs, plant the hands, step or jump to your plank position, holding plank. Inhale. Exhale to chaturanga, half or full. Inhale, lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Take a huge breath in, huge breath out. Inhale to lift the left leg up and think about this step through. Exhale, step the foot through between the hands. Yeah, nice. Turn the back foot to an angle coming into Virabhadrasana 1, hips and shoulders stay facing front, lift the hands. Find the opening through the front of this right hip, so think tailbone down. Using the glutes and press the feet apart from each other. Really active through this back leg, pressing away. If you don't find the stretch, don't worry about it. You're still in a strong pose and you're working hard. Straighten up the front leg, take a breath in. Let the left arm drop down to the side of the body, really regimented arms. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hinging from the hips, finding your flat back. So as soon as your back starts to curve, stop there. As I say, some of you will be almost upright. Some of you that are looser in the hips will come more parallel to the ground or looser through the hamstring. Lots of different variants depend on it, so don't worry where you come to. Keep the legs feeling strong, the breath feeling strong, arms feeling active. Dip into that front knee to help you push back up again. Opening round into your warrior two. So let the back foot turn, so heel of the front foot in line with the arch of the back foot. Straighten the front leg, take a big breath in. Exhale, reaching forwards with the left hand, then hinging to Trikonasana. Left fingertips resting lightly to the shin. Imagine your back is leaning into a wall, so just let the chest reach back a little and think tailbone reaching towards your back heel. So using those deeper lower abdominals again. Bring in the neck release, so your top hand wraps around the lower back, maybe finding clothing or your left thigh, and using that wrapping to lift the top shoulder further open, allowing the head to sink down towards your left shoulder. Notice your balance if it shifts. Using that integrity of the core as you did at the start. Lift the right hand back up again. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself through your warrior two legs and arms. Straighten the front leg up again. Take a big breath in. Then we reverse it. So take the right hand to the back leg, left hand lifting up to the ceiling and hinge backwards. Keep the feet pressing apart from each other and the tailbone down. Particularly focusing on that exhale, lifting the abdominals up away from the legs. So that it keeps you lifted and not compressing, loading weight into the lower spine. Then bend into that front knee again, so you come into that reverse warrior two. Inhale to bring the arms and body back through warrior two. So we're going to take the left hand down to in front of your front toes, maybe to block. Big lunge of weight coming forwards to float the back foot up. Try to keep the hip bones facing that right side of the room. Good. If you need to, keep a micro bend in that underneath knee. And if you need to turn the toes in slightly just to stop twisting the knee, adjust it to help fit your body. You can lighten the underneath hand off the block, off the floor. If you want to bring in that bind, bend the top knee, grab hold of the foot or the ankle and reopen. And use that bind to create more space in the front line of the body, so around the shoulder, the abdomen, and the front of that right hip. Good. Inhale, lengthen yourself back out through that half moon, and as you exhale, square the hips up, come back into your forward fold. Forward fold. Yeah, we'll meet there. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly rolling up through standing, take your time. And roll the shoulders down your back. Good. So, we're out of time. Just come into the middle of the mat. So as you inhale, bring the arms towards the ceiling and bring the right knee up and towards your chest. Take the right palm to the inside of your right leg and grab the front of your ankle. Keep the knee against the arm. Take the left hand, back of the hand to your lower back. Lean forward, so think that flat back position again, so the knee and the crown of the head is facing the front of your mat. I'll come closer. Someone's unmuted as well. Wait there, stay where you are. Just gonna mute everyone. Okay, so I'll show you again, so come out of it if you need to. The right leg comes up. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. Right leg comes up, the arm comes to the inside and grab the front of the ankle. Left hand is on the lower back and you lean forwards. Keep the knee and arm connected. I'll try and do a 360 so you can see. So keep this right heel squeezing up to your bum. It's a hard balance, it feels awkward as hell. Good. From here, you're going to come into figure of four squat. So take this ankle and place it onto the left thigh. Bring the hands to the heart center and squat into it. See if the elbows can rest onto your knee and ankle. Reach your tailbone and the sit bones back behind you, so you deepen into the stretch around the right side of your butt. Let the neck relax, find softness into it where you can. On your inhale, bring your torso up straight, lift the knee up towards your chest, and as you exhale, step the foot down and shake out your supporting leg if you need to. We take that to the other side. So as you inhale, lift the arms to ceiling, bring the left knee up towards your chest. The left arm is, I'm trying to keep turning so you can see, left arm comes to the inside of the leg and grab the front of the ankle. Wrap the back of your right hand to lower back. Hinging forwards, think flat spine, so the knee and the crown of the head reach out. Keep the left heel trying to tuck towards your bum. From here, bring yourself upright and place that ankle onto your right thigh. Bring the hands to the heart center and send the elbows to knee and ankle. Reach the sit bones back and the tailbone back. Flex the foot. Sit deeper into it. Breathe. Bring your body upright. Take a breath in, lift the knee. Exhale, step the foot down. Last little section, we either up level into that or try it again or just forget it and watch. So the full pose with that one, you bring the leg up again towards you, the arms come forwards, open the hands around so this knee tucks up towards the shoulder and the hands bind behind you. You can give it a go, you hinge forwards then to straighten the spine. Option to take the right hand around the shin, left hand around your back and hinging forwards, or the ankle where you just had is almost closer to that bind. Try it again if you want to. The full is the knee wraps into the hoop of your arms. Straight as you can through the supporting leg. No one's showing me a 360 there as well. It's a flamingo pose, so hopping flamingos count as one. Good, slowly bring yourself up, unravel it. Just try the other side, just to play around with that this evening. So left knee comes up, we can bring the arms to the inside of the leg, wrap it around, and the back of the right hand around the lower back, hinging it forwards. Good, or you have the ankle as we've just done. I'm not responsible for any black noses. Come back up to standing, release it, give your body a little relax. Step back into a downward dog. Swing the hips from side to side or paddle the feet. Take a couple of deeper breaths. And bring the knees to the floor, pull back into a child's pose. Arms wherever they feel good to be, maybe outstretched or maybe resting under the forehead, shoulders might feel more relaxed there. Using this to slow down the breath again. Roll yourself up through to kneeling. Swing the hips over to one side of your feet or over the heels. Bring the legs out in front of you and lie down onto your back with the knees into the chest again, like you just flipped your child's pose upside down. Massaging your back into the floor. Roll the ankles. Come into, if you wish to, a twist or any last postures that help your body just to feel more neutralized and rebalanced. And then whenever you are ready to bring yourself into Shavasana, again, of any variation that works for you. Create some space around the chest, some length down the back of the neck. Take a really big breath into the body, that full cylinder of the torso. As you exhale, just try to soften any subconscious holding away from the body. And take another breath like that. Transitioning the breath to then feel quite effortless. Releasing any ujjayi breath if that's still with you. And then stretch out the hands as you next inhale. As you exhale, just begin to roll the wrists. A couple of times either way. Stretch out the hands, stretch out the wrists. And then gathering the legs back up in towards your body. Take another hug of the legs in towards you. And then when you're ready to, bringing yourself to seated in the best way that works for you. So either rolling to one side or take a rock to seated. And bring the back of the hands just to rest the legs. Lifting tall through the back of the neck, through the back of the skull. Keeping the shoulders softening down. Bringing to mind one thing that you can feel grateful for today. Recognize something that you really like about yourself. And recognize something that you have gained or released from giving yourself time to take a yoga practice today. And closing that gratitude, self-compassion and achievement into your heart center as the palms close. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bow your head to your hands. Well done, guys. Thank you. Namaste. Good stuff. Lovely to see you all. I'll meet you. Thanks, gang.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.